Yo, what is up guys? Boris here coming to you guys with a review of the brand new Katakuri Whole Cake Island batch. The info for all the units is out at the moment, so I'm here on the Reddit thread. They have everything translated, and I'm gonna go over my thoughts on each of the new units and what I think they could bring to the table to some of our teams. So let's just go ahead and get straight into it. Now the first thing, before I even look at any of these units guys, I want to point out that Katakuri is confirmed to be strength. So if you guys watched my previous video where I talked about how I think he's going to be best used, I think that if you use Katakuri with a friend Legend Lucy, that's one possibility that's going to be really good. Legend Lucy is fighter striker, and he will boost Katakuri because he is red, so then you have a lot of options available to you, a lot of options, and so I think that that's going to be a really powerful combo going forward in the future. The ability to delay through debuff protectors with Katakuri, matched with the really strong special of Lucy, strong special of Katakuri, and on top of that, Lucy's high multiplier is going to make for a pretty powerful team with a lot of options. Now with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual rare recruits. So there is a new batch. I didn't think there was going to be a new batch. I talked to some of my friends. They didn't think it was going to be a new batch either. But it turns out that there is going to be a new batch. First thing I want to say is the artwork looks amazing. I don't have the artwork in the video because I don't think, for some reason it's not popped up here. But I've seen the artwork on Discord and it looks really good. Now, with that said, there's something that's really funny about this batch, guys. There's something that's really funny, and it's if you take a look at Bobbins and Amande. So Bobbins, obviously, you guys know, a long time hype beast. Everyone was really hyped about Bobbins in the arc. And Amande, she looks sort of like she might be part of the Snake Neck tribe, which we have seen is a tribe in One Piece. We don't know too much about her either, but both of them are either free spirit or driven, which means that they will not get fully boosted with Katakuri. So this isn't necessarily gonna be the best batch to pull for. If you not to pull for. I mean, this isn't gonna be the best necessarily batch that goes well together. So if you've seen a lot of the recent batches, the characters go really well with new legends. So Luffy X Ace worked with the pretty much majority of the batch except for Ors. Delphi V2 worked with the majority of the batch except for Senior Pink. So normally there's one unit that doesn't really work on the team. In this case, there's two units. Yeah, I don't know why, but you know, I guess this is sort of like a mix and match bag of rare recruits. So let's go ahead and take a look at these two first, because like I said, you're not going to be running these on Katakuri team. I mean, you can run them; they will get. Will they even get a boost? Free Spirit. Slash one of the ones he doesn't boost, right? Yeah. So he doesn't get boost. They don't get boosted at all. Well, that's so yeah. You're not going to be running them with Katakuri. So as you can see here, let's take a look at let's take a look at Amande, because Amande's actually really interesting. That's something that no other character has ever done. What she does is she makes defense of all enemies 0. So both level 1 and level 2 will lower defense to 0, and then it will reduce 2 turns of barriers on enemy at level 1, which is really good. I don't think there's any character in the game that does 2 turns of barrier. Now you could bring someone like Speed Jill and a Law 6+, and then that's combined as 2 turns, but she's one character that does 2 turns and reduces defense to 0, and she cuts the enemy's HP by 20%, but at level 2 it cuts it by 50%. Now 50%, that's a huge deal. The highest we have, I think, is Young Whitebeard, who does 40%, and if you know, Young Whitebeard, his cooldown is so high that no one ever uses him unless there's the anniversary ship that lowers cooldown to 0. She's in the same boat where no one's really going to use her, because I believe her cooldown, let's see, her cooldown starts at like 37 or something. Yeah, 37 turns. Now assuming she gets like even 10 skill ups, that's still going to be 27 turns. No one's going to stall 27 turns. So yeah, zombie teams, or you know, teams like new beginning players might be able to use her, but to be honest, if you use her at all, I think it's going to be for either the lower defense of all enemies. So if you don't have the buggy, if you don't have the buggy from treasure mode, like the treasure mode boosting buggy, she's someone else that boosts lowers defense and does it without doing any damage. She does do HP cut, but she doesn't do any damage. So you can use her, lower defense of all enemies without killing any of them, and that will help you maybe do some challenges or whatever, or maybe beat some raid bosses, or you know, try to burst on like a room 4. So at room 5 you can pop Doflamingo. She is driven, so you can run her on a Doflamingo team, so that's really interesting. Also, she reduces, again, barrier 2 and 3 turns. It's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, but again, you're not gonna be using her stage 2 special. I just don't see any way using that. Unless she has like a limit break, maybe she might have a max limit break. Again, these characters, we don't know their limit breaks yet, but maybe she gets that limit break ability, that the recent one that lowers cooldown. So if you manage to max that, she might start like 17 turns with like 10 skill ups and like -10 limit break. So who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Also, she counts Sai as beneficial. As you'll see, Sai is something that's sort of the theme about this. Now we do know that Katakuri himself does boost Sai orbs that make Sai beneficial and quick beneficial. So, but again, she doesn't go on a Katakuri team. Same thing with Bobbin. Bobbin doesn't go on a Katakuri team either. He's probably one of the better ones in the batch. He is a quick, so again, another powerful unit for Lucy. You guys know I use Lucy all the time. And he has free spirit, so he can also potentially go on Luffy X Ace, another really pet team of mine. Reduces 5 turns of damage threshold cut, damage reduction, end of turn heal, defense up, and attack down on crew. So that's really powerful. Reduces 5 different abilities for 5 turns. Also changes adjacent orbs to matching. So he's a very, very nice utility unit, which is kind of what we need nowadays. We don't really need boost anymore. We have plenty of boost. I have so many different boosters in my box. What I'm looking for is people who can reduce these debuffs, and they can do them in a good amount of time. So he does 5 turns of removals, which is really good. It's tough getting more than 5 turns. I don't think too many units remove debuffs for more than 5 turns. Like, there's very few that do permanent, and so that's just awesome. It's probably one of the ones I want to pull the most, although again, he doesn't go on Katakuri team. So let's look at the 2 that do go on the Katakuri team. So first off, we got Brulee, who I think Brulee is going to be very interesting. Like, again, I don't think this batch is particularly too strong, because I feel like they just do stuff other units do as well. But I'll take a look at it anyway. So she pretty much, she's very similar to Rare Kinemon, so she'll pretty much give all the characters on the team the same orb as her. And it does include block orbs, so you can change the block orb. She is nice in that scenario. But she does change, so she changes Tandem and Recovery to Sai for herself. And then I think if you combine it with, I forgot Katakuri, I think Katakuri might change her orb into Sai as well. And then for 5 turns, and this one then changes everyone's orb to her orb. And then for 5 turns, 30 times attack. So she does a little bit of extra damage at the end. It's nothing too crazy. It's only 30 times. So the thing about Sai Brulee is interesting. She's cerebral, so you can definitely see a cerebral team with Katakuri, and potentially like you can have things like Legend Robin on the team that can actually give adjacent orbs food orbs, and then pop Brulee to make that into a Sai orb, and then give everyone else a Sai orb. And then her Sailor effect does make cerebral characters beneficial with Sai orbs. So that's something that's again, if you're gonna run a cerebral team, she might be a really good character to run just for that ability alone. That Sailor ability. But yeah, so I can see that. You can see you can run like Legend Dofi, original Legend Dofi, right? She gives Brulee a matching orb, and then Brulee turns them on. And so you can pretty much use her as a way to get matching orbs. But again, that's not really super necessary nowadays, especially, you know, Katakuri's Captain Effect already gives 4 matching orbs, or 4 of the orb matching. You could run Zunisha if you don't really run Katakuri. You can just run Robin plus. I mean, it's just a lot of different possibilities for matching orbs. We don't really need, again, a character that I don't think we really need, and her additional damage isn't that. It's not that much, just 30 times. So again, nothing too interesting here. It could definitely be nice again on cerebral teams, but for the most part, I just don't see her being that impactful. And then finally, guys, we have Dex Oven. So he's a powerhouse fighter. He's the booster of the batch. So if you notice, we don't have any orb boosters this time around. We just have a type booster. So I don't know what's up with this, but then again, this, like I said, we usually have plenty of boosters in the game, so we don't really need to keep getting new boosters all the time. But what he does is a 1-turn boost attack of 2 times for fighters, strikers, shooters, cerebral, and powerhouse characters when the enemies are delayed. So this isn't a I believe this is an actual attack boost. I don't think this is a conditional boost. The way it reads is kind of like a conditional boost, but I think this is an attack boost only if you're fighting a delayed enemy. So it's kind of like, you know, some characters will boost, like Pedro, new Pedro boost attack in orbs if there's only one enemy on, if they have like a debuff protector. It's very similar to that, I believe. or something like that. Yeah, I think it's like if they have a debuff protector, but he will give a 2-time, which is pretty powerful. I mean, it's 2 times boost for 5 different classes. But again, you do have to delay the enemy. Otherwise, for 2 turns, boost the attack of by 1.75. So otherwise, yeah, he is a 1.75 booster for fighter and powerhouse anyways. But again, powerhouse has so many 1.75 boosters and fighter. You know, that could be nice for fighters. I can definitely see that nice for fighters, but again, fighters aren't really that good. They're just not. So maybe if fighters get better in the future, I can see Oven being good. One thing you can run definitely is Legend Usopp. So of course, I mean, obviously the Oven pairs well with Katakuri. But if you don't have him, you could definitely pair him with 6+ Usopp, which is guaranteed to delay through anything. And then you pop Oven, and he gives a 2-time boost to your whole team. Again, if you like, just run Lucy, Friend Captain, and with Katakuri, you can run Oven. But keep in mind, if you're running Lucy, you already have 2 turns of type boost, so you don't need type boost on the team. I mean, you could use it against a mini boss or whatever. But yeah, again, not a character that doesn't seem very necessary in my opinion. I don't think any of these characters, besides maybe Bobbin, will really be that great anytime soon. I mean, in the future, I can definitely see like Oven definitely gets better if there are if the fighter team all of a sudden becomes popular. Amande could he play if, you know, again, you need someone to reduce defense, or you need to get rid of 2 turns of barrier, which again, not that many. I don't think any other character does that. But then again, I don't know. I just don't see them being. I'm sure like probably the next Coliseum or the next raid boss will need these characters, but after that, I just don't see them being used that often. Overall, I say an underwhelming batch, just because again, they don't do anything new. Plenty of other characters do what they do, but you know, then again, I can see some use. I can definitely see some use out of them. They'll make for interesting teams, at least. So, well, that's it, guys. Thanks all for watching. Let me know what your thoughts on the new batch down below. Did I miss anything? Did you guys point out anything that maybe I didn't see that makes these guys a lot better? Definitely let me know down below. And well, that's it, guys. Until next time, peace.